waiting to make sure we up on the live. Land back, comrades.
Motion at your spotlight cam.
Land back, everybody. And good morning. It's your boy, Chief Sundiata, Coach Sundiata, People's Coach, Chief of Defense Training here in the Black Hammer organization. It's another great morning. It's another great day to get up early, to get active early, to get moving, to get improving our bodies, our minds, our discipline, our skill sets, right? Growing and developing as people, as defenders of the revolution, as members of the People's Army, because that's what we gotta be. Members of the People's Army. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Of course, me, you know I got my granola bar. You know I got my water. You know you need to have it too. Today's class is Kung Fu, 7-star Kung Fu. I've been teaching this class for a little bit. I'm gonna hop back. We're gonna build up from the bottom. Land back. Good morning, everybody. And we're gonna get started in just a couple minutes. First, I want to say, I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Coach Sundiata. I am the Chief of Defense Training, like I said, because I am over the workouts and self-defense classes that the defense apparatus of the Black Hammer organization provides free of charge to the colonized masses and to our members in this Zoom room. We've got a couple people coming in the Zoom, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good morning, good morning. I represent the nation of Africa as well as the nation of Turtle Island. I use he, him, his pronouns. And I am representing, the petty bourgeois class. But I'm committing class suicide consistently, daily, committing myself to destroying the parts of me that want to exploit my fellow colonized people, right? And dedicating myself to being a member of the colonized proletariat so that I can truly unite with the colonized masses and, follow them and be with them as we lead ourselves to victory. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. As we lead ourselves to victory, as we lead ourselves to liberation. So if you want to support our classes, I'm going to go ahead and change my Zoom name. If you want to support our classes, we need all the support we can get. And you can do that by, tuning in, right? Watching us on live. We are live on YouTube. Our channel is Black Hammer Defense. And we do accept and appreciate all forms of, support, especially the donations, right? They assist us in developing new trainings, getting equipment like these mats, which we use for our trainings here in the Creek House, right? And you can donate by going to hashtag BH Defenders. That's hashtag BHDEFENDERS on Cash App. Any amount of funds donated is really appreciated and has a direct material impact on the way that we serve our people, on the way that we train our people and assist the colonized masses in being healthier, right? And being more fit, right? And being stronger, more able to defend ourselves, and more, in dictatorship of our bodies. So before we get started with our Kung Fu class today, I'm going to go ahead and hop right in to some political education. Let's make sure before I do that y'all are sharing this YouTube. I'm dropping it. Y'all sharing this. Dropping it in these chats. Yes, yes, yes. So our political education for today is going to be more excerpts from the People's Army, which is a piece, or which is a chapter of quotations from Mao Zedong. And we read the first two quotes, yesterday, but I want to pull today this one from a report to the second plenary session of the 7th Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. And it says the People's Liberation Army is always a fighting force. Even after countrywide victory, our army will remain a fighting force during the historical period in which the classes have not been abolished in our country and the imperialist system still exists in the world. On this point, there should be no misunderstanding or wavering. And the next one, we have an army for fighting as well as an army for labor. For fighting, we have the 8th Root and New 4th armies, but even they do a dual job, warfare and production. With these two kinds of armies, the fighting army skilled in these two tasks and in mass work, we can overcome our difficulties and defeat Japanese imperialism. Which just continues to go into our understanding of what, an army for the people's liberation is, right? Looking at the example that, the People's Republic of China sets with their PLA, right? With how it is an army that is, militant in defending, its people from, in this case, the colonial force, in this case, the imperial force, what we might call a neo-colonial force in the Empire of Japan, who was, actively attempting to, take away dictatorship of the Chinese and Korean peoples. But also a militant force that goes in and serves the masses and assisting them producing produce, like literally, building infrastructure for growing more food, right? For increasing the yield that they can produce, as well as, helping build. And we see how much of China has been built, how it has gone from, a rural country of incredible poverty to now one of the superpowers in the world and an inspiration for colonized people everywhere. So I really appreciate this, and I think we all need to be continuing to think of ourselves as soldiers in the People's Army and making sure that we dedicate ourselves to serving the masses consistently. So today we're going to do Kung Fu. Kung Fu class normally is scheduled for Monday. We may be changing the time on Monday because it conflicts with what we do Monday mornings now, which is go out on the MARTA train, meet our people, and let them know all about the work that we're doing, letting them know to resist the mandate, right? Letting them know to, join Black Hammer and fight for their freedom and their liberation. So we may end up changing the time, but hey, it's Wednesday. Let's get into some Kung Fu. So we're going to start with the first Kung Fu class curriculum that we had gone over previously, just to get back into the basics. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sit like so. So when we sit for Kung Fu, we sit on our knees. Not because it's easy, but because it actually may be kind of difficult. And that's an important part of instilling discipline in your body. Of course, listen to, what your body tells you. If you feel pain, it's okay to go ahead and sit crisscross, right? We want to make sure we're sitting flat on our feet. Our feet are flat. We're sort of sitting on our heels. Our back is straight, right? And we're going to sit here and we're going to sort of center ourselves, right? So you can close your eyes, get your back straight, you can look up, you can look at something and focus on it, but you're not focused on, whether your face itches, whether there's a bug flying around you, what you're going to have for lunch, right? You're focused only on your breathing. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, and out through our mouth. In through our nose, and out through our mouth. In through our nose, deep breaths, and then out. One more, in through our nose, and out through our mouth. So we'll be coming back to this position a couple of times. It's the best way, in my mind, to center yourself, to ensure that, you're focusing on one thing, which is your breathing and exercising discipline over your body. And we're going to go ahead and hop up. We're going to do it so slowly, right? Understanding that our knees may feel a little weird after sitting like that. Mine do sometimes. And we're going to begin just by bending over and and stretching, right? So we're keeping our back straight, we're bending at the hips, and we're just touching our toes. Just touching our toes. Feeling the stretch in the back of our thighs, in the back of our knees, and our calves. Touching the ground if we can. Seeing how low you can go. If you can touch your hands to the ground, you can touch your knuckles to the ground. And then we're going to do a walkout, right? So we're going to reach to the ground. We're going to see if we can walk our hands out. So we're holding ourselves up. Try to push your heels towards the ground still. It'll increase that stretch in the back of your leg. And then we're going to do what we call a dive bomb. It's a little tough, but try your best. And we're going to lower our head to the ground. We're going to look up, and then we're going to swoop ourselves. We're going to keep our feet together, feet close together. And you should do like this, with your legs straight together, going straight back, reach up. We can switch out one of these mats in just a second. If you would bring it over here, I can just move my computer and just look to the sky. Take a deep breath in, and then hop up real quick. Oh. Do a little switcheroo. Drag that over there.
Thank you, Coach.
Of course. Thank you, So that was a good little stretch for our abdomen, for our legs. We're gonna come back to our knee sitting position. We're just gonna do some arm stretches real quick. And then we're gonna do a couple more hip stretches. See, y'all, I've been dealing with a hip issue. It's very unfortunate. It's called snapping hip syndrome. And it irritates my right hip whenever I walk. It's the muscle sort of clicks or snaps when I walk, and it leads to some inflammation. We're going to take our right hand and reach to the back of between our shoulder blades. We're going to pull on our right elbow, just pull it down. Going to switch. The other arm is touching between our shoulder blades, and we're pulling it straight down. And the stretches we're going to do for our hips, I do want to just lay it out, because if you end up having pain, in your hip when walking or when doing the moves that we're going to be doing today, which involve a lot of hip movement, right? A lot of kicking, right? Of putting your leg out, moving your leg quickly. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our right knee out. I'm going to put my right knee under, right? So it's like I'm kneeling. Right? Like you're kneeling, protesting the anthem. like an activist, but we ain't activists, we revolutionaries. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kneel, and then we're gonna keep our back straight, we're gonna lean forward. Just lean forward and push our hips forward. And for me, what that does is that stretches my hip. It allows me to sort of feel a bit of relief in that right side. We're going to switch it just because we want to take care of both sides. Push our hips forward. All right. But I say it's time we get into some of these moves. I know y'all want to do some kung fu. I know y'all want to get into this. So we're going to start off with standing straight up, very simply. Stand straight. We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart. Feet shoulder width apart. Hands at their sides. I'm just going to look straight forward. We're going to breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. through our nose, and out through our mouth. And do our best not to fidget, do our best not to scratch our face, feel any bug landing on us, understanding that we have discipline over our bodies, not the other way around, right? We have the ability to control ourselves and say, I'm focusing on my breathing, anything else, and wait until a little bit later. In through our nose, out through our mouth. Now to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand, we're going to make it a fist, we're going to bring it to the center, to our chest. It represents war. Take our left hand, the palm, we're going to bring it to the center, representing peace. We're going to bow at the waist, push it out, and we leave in total peace. So the first thing we're going to work on today is our horse stance. Now the horse stance is difficult. Well, actually, no, we're not going to do horse stance today because that's too basic. We're going to do the crane stance because I need to work on my hip, and y'all need to too. So we're going to start with our right foot on the ground and our left foot up, standing on one leg. Right? Fairly simple. Y'all have probably done this before, right? Whether you're just trying to balance or just messing around, but what we want to do is make sure we get our knee up high so we have a flat surface here and our toe is pointed straight down. We did this for a little bit during the calisthenics class yesterday, but it's important that we continue to build on it, right? So I'm going to keep trying to lift my knee up so I have it flat here, and we're going to balance. Balancing like this takes a lot of very small muscles fighting against gravity and working together. So it may feel like you're wobbling, right? You may have to put your arms out like this. You may have to hop around eventually. If you do, that's 100% fine. It happens to me too, right? But we want to make sure we're doing our best to stay up and balance, right? So we're going to do this here. We're going to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Right, we're going to put our leg down. And then we're going to come up on the other one. Right? This is where my hip, I can feel it just a little bit. Doesn't feel too bad. Flat surface here. Toe is pointed. Right? The reason we point the toe is because whenever we want to strike with our foot, we want to make sure we're striking with the top of our foot, right? Not like this because you would break your toe. But we'll talk about kicks in just a moment. This is the most basic way that you can train yourself on balance and the crane stance, right? Let's say you're just standing around, you're bored. Go ahead, stand on one foot, right? Bring one knee up. Ooh, I'm having to twist a little bit. I have to get my balance back. But it's always something that you can get back, right? It just takes struggling through it. So you can put that down. Go ahead and stretch out. If you feel a little tension in your hips, if it feels fine, then that's good. Now we're going to work on, what do we do from the crane stance, right? What is it for? Well, so in martial arts and kung fu, specifically, we have these stances that allow us to sort of practice the foundations of certain positions we may be in a fight or in a self-defense situation, right? So for instance, the crane stance is essentially just a kick, right? So we go up into our crane stance, right? And we perform a snap kick, which is just extending our knee straight out as if to kick something, right? Straight out as if to kick something. We make sure we try to keep our balance. We don't want to move our body except for this knee. We want it to go straight in front of us, right? Just like that. You can do it with the other leg, right? Start our right foot, have our left leg pointing down. My left leg is not as good at snap kicks, right? But I'm working on it, kicking it straight out and trying to keep that balance afterwards, right? Bring it right back. And understanding that you do want to have some force behind it because it is, a kick. You want to build up that strength to be able to snap kick very powerfully, right, from this position. So we're going to do a couple of these. I'm going to set a timer just for 2 minutes. right? So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get up in our crane stance. I got my right leg up. Get that right leg up, y'all. And when I say a number, right, I'm gonna start with 1. We're gonna just snap kick on my count, all right? Try to keep your balance. You can put your arms out. You can put your arms up. You can have your arms in here, right? Whatever it is that feels best to you, all right? Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I didn't say 10. We'll make sure we keep our balance, right? We don't want to be trying to rush it between. Try to come back and find your balance. 10. Okay, now we're going to switch legs. We're going to do the other side for 10, all right? So we're coming up, getting our balance. Everybody's got their balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, switch back to the other leg, Up here, we got our balance. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one more time. Another set of 10 on that left leg. I know y'all can do it. We only got a couple of seconds left. The timer's gonna go off, but we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. You can walk around. You can bend over at the waist. Right? You can stretch your legs. If you need to, you can do that stretch we were doing, right? To stretch out our hip flexors. I'm gonna do some of these because, want to make sure I'm taking care of my snapping hip. Hips forward. And then we're gonna do some more balance with the crane stance. We won't be kicking, all right? So let's go ahead. When you're ready, hop back into it. All right, got my foot up. I'm waiting on y'all. Get your leg up, get your leg up. We're gonna take our hands, and we're gonna bring them here. All right? Here. This is our chambered punching position, right? So I have my hands just under my pecs, right? My elbows pulled back. So it's like I can spring forward and launch a punch, right? The way that we launch a punch from this position is we exchange the fists, right? So when one comes, so when let's say we're like this, right? Our left one comes out and it twists over, right? And our right one comes down. So your hand, your fingers should be upwards when it's back here. And then when it comes out, it twists, right? And when it comes back in, it rotates back upwards, right? So we're gonna stand on our foot in our crane stance. We're gonna do 10 punches, all right? And when we punch, we're extending our arm, not locking it out, but extending it as far as we can without doing so. And we're pushing it hard, right? We wanna make sure we're putting power behind these punches, right? Without further ado, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep that knee up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Leg down, other leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's keep that leg up. Let's keep that leg up. Bring them back here. Let's do some kicks, all right? We're gonna snap this left leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it up. 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch legs. Right leg up. Hands in the chamber position. 5 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. So as you can see, it's very possible to be standing on one leg, doing all kinds of movements and maintaining your balance, right? But it gets harder. It gets harder, and the way that it gets harder is by switching from leg to leg. Now, this is something that if you don't feel 100% confident in, it's okay to sit this one out and watch, or to, practice it. Just continuing to practice it, understanding that you may lose your balance, right? So I'll show you, right? So we're up with our right leg up in our crane position. What we're gonna do is we're gonna jump from our left leg, and we're gonna just switch. So this right leg's gonna go down, left leg comes up, right? Very simple. And we just keep our balance, right? Now, going from position to position, or switching leg to leg and keeping our balance is gonna work those, micro muscles a lot harder, right? It's gonna make it so it's not incredibly easy. So you might need to wobble, you might need to hop around, but hopefully you can get it down to where you're switching like nothing, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to look at how we can make that a bit more complex, right? So instead of just switching from leg to leg, what if we did a kick when we switched, right? So I'm gonna jump from this leg to this leg, right? So just like we did, but I'm gonna kick out with the leg that's coming up as I do it, right? So it looks like this, right? Switch, kick, switch, kick, switch, kick, switch, kick, right? Now, going from, a kick to a kick, and switching that leg and jumping like that makes it a little harder, right? To understand, you're gonna wobble a little bit. You're gonna have to put your arms out a little bit, and that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our right leg crane, the right leg up. All right, we're here, find your balance, however you need it. We're gonna do 5 kicks, all right? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do 5 punches, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you can, we're gonna do a switch kick, and we're gonna switch to our other leg, all right? Kick. Find your balance, and then we're on our other leg, right? Just getting the camera. Now we're gonna do 5 kicks, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right? 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we switch it back. Come on. And we're back here. Can we do more? Can y'all do more? See if we can do 5 more kicks, all right? Keep that knee up. It should be flat. Keep that toe pointed down. Get that knee up higher. That knee up higher. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Get that knee up higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna switch. Kick, and we're staying up. 5 kicks. 1. Oh, I gotta find my balance. Y'all keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Go ahead and rest. Walk around if you need to. That's good work, y'all. That's good work. That's continuous, right? Stress on the muscles that keep you balanced, right? It's continuous work. Continuous work. Oh. Go ahead and get you some water. Get you a drink. I got me nice little granola bar here. You need to make sure that you're fueling yourself up, for the day, right? Whenever you wake up on an empty stomach and you go to do homework, you go to work, right? You go to school, you go to work out. Without putting fuel in your body for that day, you're not going to be prepared. You're not going to have the energy you need. You can feel sleepy. You might feel angry. You might be hangry, might be what it is. And a Snickers won't help you. But, putting good food into your body will, right? Understanding you got to have some protein. You got to have some natural fruits and veggies, right? You got to make sure that we're staying hydrated. It's very important to make sure that our bodies can have everything they need to carry us to where we want to go, to do the things that you want them to do. Make sure y'all are liking and commenting and sharing on YouTube. Please, please, please get out your phone and share it to Facebook groups. Share it to your family if you think they want to get into a little kung fu like this. Today, we're going over this crane stance, and we're really gonna have a good time. I'm trying to think of, what else we want to do. I guess we might just do some horse stance. But get you a snack, get you some water. We're gonna get right back into it in just a second. Ain't it a great day? Ain't it? Beautiful. We got the birds chirping. Yep, we got the birds chirping. We got the beautiful nature all around us. I'm gonna fill up my water. All right. Let me check out these comments. Let me see these people in these YouTube comments. All right, a couple of folks in there. Make sure you share it. Make sure you like it up. Show the people this. Show the people the work we do. Ooh. Let our comrades get back out here after, grabbing himself a cup of water. You can eat it out here. Give me one more bite. And make sure y'all, like I said, you're putting something good in your body, right? You gotta understand that what we put in is what we get out, and we have high expectations for what we get out, right? We have high needs for what we put out. So let's put some good stuff in, all right? I'm gonna do some more stretches. These are other stretches that I'm learning as I'm trying to overcome my snapping hip. So they might not apply to you, but it's going to be like a little extra PSA, right? How to deal with snapping hip. Snapping hip is essentially where one of the muscles in your hip, the I guess flesh of your hip becomes inflamed, and therefore the muscle, whenever you move it, has that range of motion. It goes over a bone and it snaps over a bone, right? So it's pretty much harmless. It's not even that loud. It's like a click or a pop, but if it happens over and over, it can inflame the area and make it quite irritating. And it is just quite irritating to every time you walk, it pops. I like to walk, I like to run. But it's possible to overturn with rest, with cooling packs on the area, and with these stretches. So the stretch I'm gonna do here, I'm going to cross my affected hip, which in this case right now is my right hip, my right leg. I'm gonna put it across the thigh of my non-affected leg. I'm gonna lean back, I'm gonna pull on my thigh. Pull my leg towards me. Oh. I'm gonna do this for about 30 seconds. Come back up. I'm gonna do the other one as well, which is the kneeling hip flexor stretch. Where I come here and I'm pushing my hips forward. Feel that stretching in here. And now we're back into it. We're gonna practice our horse stance next, which may be a little tough. It's one of the more difficult workouts that we do. Stances, right? It takes a lot of lower body strength. I'm gonna turn my mat horizontally because it takes a wide stance, right? It's a wide stance. Skip back some so I can get the camera. Ugh. There we go. So our horse stance is a way for us to train, really high endurance in our lower body, right? Really building a strong base, because we want to be able to be strong enough in our lower body to where if we were to get down, right, were to get into it with somebody, someone would try to push us over, right? We're able to have a stance that is strong and ready to resist that, right? So the horse stance is essentially like a little bit of a squat. We're gonna bring our legs out, keep our back up, and we're gonna bend our knees so we get really low, right? How low you get is going to depend on your own flexibility, right? Your own leg strength, right? If you're here right now, that's okay. Our goal is to be here, right? With our knees completely right angle, right? Like this. Go from this side, right? Allowing us to get all the way down. Have our knees, our thighs, right, almost flat. Back straight, right? We can keep our feet facing forward. So go ahead and try your best to get into a horse stance, right? If it's not this low, that's okay, right? If you can only get at like here, right, it's okay. If it's tough, that you're going in the right direction, right? If you're getting low and you're feeling it, you're getting in the right direction. You just have to keep repeating, right? Keep trying it. It's not a first time thing. We want to get our back straight. It's almost like we're leaning back. I'm gonna grab a timer. We're gonna do our best to do something difficult, right? And that's a 1 minute horse stance. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it and try it, right? So I'm here, I'm low, doing my best to have my stance right. I'm in it. I'm breathing in through my nose, breathing out through my mouth. I'm feeling it already. Feeling it right here, it's burning. You gotta come up, it's okay. All right, understand it's gonna hurt a little bit. Doing our best to get as low as we can. Whew. Yep, that burns. Let's go ahead and relax. Go ahead and relax. Bend over at the waist if you need. Put your knees to your chest if you need. All right. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice our our punches. Let me get a little water. Mouth getting a little dry. Because as you can see, when we in horse stance, we chamber our fists, right? It's the same thing we were doing in crane stance, right? So we're here, we're able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, drop it down a little bit more, 9, 10, hold it, keep it out there, drop it a little bit more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring them back into the chamber position. We're still down, we're holding it, and then we're up. Woo, y'all feel that?
Yep.
Feel that in your legs? I feel it. I feel it. They get warm. Woo, heat it up. But it's good. Whew. All right. So the next thing that we're gonna do is called the monkey stance. All right. I'm thinking if I want to do the monkey stance or the forward horse stance. No, let's do forward horse. You've not done forward horse in one of these classes yet, which is essentially, you know, our normal fighting stance, right? So our strong leg behind us, our off leg in front of us, but we're actually going to find a more of a squat, right? So it's like a horse stance in that we're bending our front knee, we're putting weight on it, right? Our back is straight and we're here. So let's make sure we're bending this knee, right? Let's make sure we're still low, we're facing our forward, right? This is important because, you know, this has been pretty much a stand-up fighting stance. Excuse me. So from here, you know, you have punches, right? You can do from here. You can also bring your knee up into crane stance and then do a snap kick, right? Come down into horse stance, right? And then you're in your forward horse, right? Here. Yeah, so we'll do our forward horse stance. We're gonna hold it, right? We're gonna hold it for a minute. And when we're holding it, just know, excuse me, just know if it feels easy, it means you're probably not really lowering yourself enough, right? So make sure that you're really putting weight on this front leg, right? That you're not, you know, just standing up, not just leaning, but you're actually down like this. Both knees are bent, right? And we're just gonna stand, right? However you want to do it. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. I'm feeling it burn right here on top of this front thigh. You should too, right? Make sure we're keeping that back leg bent as well, not locking it out straight. Breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. Right, when this minute is up, we're gonna switch legs. Okay, that means putting our other leg, in this case, my right leg, that's going in front, all right? So our right leg in front, all right, just the same way. We're just gonna be here for the rest of this minute. Make sure we're feeling it. If you're not feeling anything, try to lower yourself a bit more, right? Try to bend that knee a bit more. All right? We're here. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Forward horse stance. It seems pretty simple, but it still works those muscles, right? It still requires that balance. Still requires that work, especially from that front leg. When this is up, when the timer goes off, we're gonna switch back to our other leg. All right. So now it's my left leg in front. All right. I'm in a forward horse stance. I'm gonna chamber my fists, bring them in here, and we're gonna do 10 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back in. Now we're gonna go up and bring our right knee up, and we're gonna do 10 kicks, all right? So go ahead and bring your right knee up, straight into your crane stance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna go back into it, right? We're still in our forward horse stance. We're gonna do 10 more punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back in, you're gonna relax. You're gonna relax. Walk it out, shake your legs out if you need, right? Get you a drink of water. Ah! Almost spilled my water all over my mat. And now we're switching legs, right? So now my right leg is in front, right? Now I'm in a forward horse stance, right? Now I'm ready. I'm going to do 10 punches. Then I'm going to do 10 kicks. And then I'm going to do 10 punches again, just like we did, right? On the opposite side. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knee up here. 1, 2. Gotta find my balance. 3, 4, 5. My feet are sticking to this mat. I got water on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back into our forward horse stance. We got 10 more punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll relax. Walk it off. Walk it off. Get you a snack, get you some water, whatever it is that you need. Be healthy, be hydrated, be ready for these workouts is important, all right? So the last thing we're gonna do is a bit of a bonus. And it's gonna be working on different kinds of kicks from our forward horse stance, which is very similar to our just stand-up fighting stance, right? So we want to make sure that when we're in this, that our front foot is angled, right? And we're facing at an angle, right? And our back foot is facing the same way, but our torso is going to be facing towards our front, right? Towards our person we're trying to defend ourselves from, right? So we're looking this way, but our foot is looking that way, right? Whenever we deliver a kick from here, we have to pivot this foot so it goes from looking that way to looking this way, right? So what we do is we press down on our heel, we twist it out, right? You can't really see it. I'm gonna move the camera just slightly. So we go from having our feet facing this way, out, just like this, right? Very simple, a little toe, a heel pivot, right? So we go from here, and this is how the steps of the kick go, right? Heel pivot forward, we bring our knee up, so we're in a crane stance, we snap our knee out, we bring it back, pivot the heel back, right? So a little faster, it's like this. All right. Pivot open, knee up, kick out, knee down, pivot close, right? That's a way we do a snap kick, right? It's the same way we do other kinds of kicks. We can also do a roundhouse kick from here, right? So we do is we pivot open, and we want to just sort of bring our knee up to the side and then just sweep it around, right? Our knee just comes like this, right? So then it's like in front of us, right? So it's like a bit of a round side kick, right? So if you were to do it with your full extended leg, it look like that, right? Another good way to practice a roundhouse kick is to be in this position, right? Lift your left knee up like you're in the crane. But this is actually how in kickboxing, how you'll block a kick, right? So if someone tries to kick you on the side, you bring your leg up. So their kick hits here, right? Their kick hits your leg. Kick hits your leg, you put it down, you stomp it, and then you swing the other leg, right? And then you spin around, right? So we got our snap kick here, right? We got a roundhouse kick here. And then the last one I really like is a crescent kick, I guess. I forget, an axe kick, whatever it may be. We open up our pivot, we bring our knee close inside, and it's like we bring it around. And we swing our knee up and down, right? So we extend our whole leg. It's like that. It's almost a downward kick, right? And if you can reach up high enough, you can put your foot on someone's forehead if you get flexible enough, right? Just like that. So those are some things that we'll work on in future videos. For right now, I'm gonna go ahead and line my mat back up with y'all. We're gonna go ahead and sit down at our knees. We're gonna breathe nose, out through our mouth. In through our nose, out through our mouth. We're not wiping our sweat, right? We're not scratching anything that itches, right? We're not moving and adjusting our hair. We're breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. We're focusing on that, in through our nose and out through our mouth. Now what we're going to do is we can actually bow from here. We're going to take our right hand into a fist, bring it to our chest. Our left hand an open palm, bring it here. War, peace, come together. We bow, we leave in total peace. You can go ahead and stand. We're gonna do a couple stretches with our legs before we close out. What I wanna do is I wanna thank y'all for the work that you put in, waking up for these classes, right? Helping push these classes out to the colonized masses. You know, classes for the masses need to be out there. Your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your cousins, all of them, they need to know that the Black Hammer organization is providing self-defense and workout classes just for them free of charge, right? So they can be the healthiest that they need to be, right? So they can be the most protected as they need to be, right? And also spread the word to them that there is a Vanguard formation, the Black Hammer organization, that is here to serve them and their needs as colonized people and lead them to liberation. So thank y'all for coming. I want to remind you that if you'd like to support the Black Hammer Defense Apparatus and the training office in particular, you can send your donations on Cash App to hashtag BH Defenders. That's BHDEFENDERS. Every single penny, dollar, $100 counts. It means a whole lot to helping us improve the way that we, conduct these trainings, right? Helping us get equipment, right? Helping us ensure that our people are safe and healthy, and that we can extend, only the best content, right, to our colonized people, because that's what our people deserve, only the best. We need your help to get it to them. If you'd like to be in this Zoom room doing this workout with me, right? Able to send me a message in the chat, able to talk to me on the microphone, let me know what kind of changes you need, right? If you need an accommodation or an alteration to a specific workout, right? Let me know if you have any specific pains, we can brainstorm it, or even just hit me up after the class. So that we can work on a plan to overturn a physical issue that you may be having, or a health goal that you want to put in place. You gotta join. You gotta go to blackhammer.org/join, become a member today, pay some dues, and we'll get you in here. And you and I can be comrades. You and I can be comrades in a physical sense, in a mental sense, and in a revolutionary sense. We can work together to make sure that we are the best versions of each other. Remember, every single day, do what you can, but don't not do. We must continue to push forward if we're going to truly defeat colonialism, which we will, only if we get united, only if we discipline and make sure that we're pushing ourselves every single day. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel so you can tap in for each of these classes. Tomorrow morning, we got weightlifting, 8 p.m. And I can't wait to see y'all there. Shout out Chief Achilles, walking by on the one time, and y'all have a great rest of your day. Land back.
Oh.